Good morning. So here we are on a wonderful Monday, and I am joined today by Harpreet Dugal, who's the Vice President of Product and Partner Marketing at SkyKick. So good morning, Harpreet. I know you're coming to us live from Seattle, where it's really early morning. Good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. Good morning, Alan. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in the globe. Super excited to be here, Alan. Thank you so much.
So we have much to get through, Harpreet. We're going to talk about what we're announcing today because I think we have really exciting news. We want to make sure that people understand what we're announcing, why we're announcing what we are announcing, and the benefit to the ecosystem of MSPs, the vendor community around the MSPs, and the greater community of IT Nation, as well as for Connectwise partners. So let's get started with the exciting announcement that we have. So last week, we did announce that Connectwise is acquiring two separate companies in the business continuity disaster risk recovery or BCDR space. The first one being SkyKick, as we mentioned just before, headquartered out of Seattle, Washington. And the second one is Axcient, and Axcient is headquartered out of Denver, Colorado. And so we are excited to have both companies joining forces together with Connectwise. Connectwise has long since been quoted in the industry as saying we're better together. And we really believe that with this story, and we'll talk more about having the most complete BCDR stack now under the Connectwise umbrella as we go forward. But in the last few years, we've spoken about the platform approach and ASIO as the platform that Connectwise has developed as the first purpose-built platform for MSPs and the industry's first purpose-built platform, let me stress that, is important because on top of all of the benefits that you get as an MSP of the platform with the microservices underneath, where you only have to have a data source in one place as opposed to multiple data sources, with regard to all the APIs that allow for third-party integration into the platform and delivered as a platform as a service, we now have our applications from our business units at Connectwise lying on top of that with the user interface, a modern look and feel on top of that. So we already had spoken about a year ago our RMM technology sitting on top of ASIO, and that continues to be adopted at a very quick rate. We've spoken a little bit in the last month to 60 days now about PSA in ASIO as well, and seeing the modernization look and feel across the BMS business unit. And now we're here talking about not only cyber and cybersecurity, which is where we started off, but now a complete data protection stack. And that's with the additions of both SkyKick and Axcient. So you've heard enough from me, and I'm obviously excited about the announcement. But Harpreet, I'm going to let you talk about SkyKick and the technology that SkyKick has and how that plays into ASIO. So over to you. Harpreet, I think you might be on mute.
Thank you so much, Alan. I'm super excited to connect with the broader IT Nation community. And thank you for giving me the chance to share my enthusiasm for what we can do, what SkyKick can do together with Axcient as part of the broader ConnectWise family and the ASIO platform. So generally, I think there's a pretty good healthy overlap with where we come from SkyCake, our mission of always making partners more successful and the IT Nation community. But if you will allow us, let me just take just maybe a minute and a half to introduce SkyCake in case you are less familiar, right? So we started a little over a decade ago, and it was kind of the same time that you would say was the rise of the cloud in the SMB, MSP kind of space. And we've always, from the get go, we've been passionate about helping partners be more successful in the cloud. And you can already see how much similarity there is between that vision and where ConnectWise, like rallying cry, has been for a much longer period of time. And what that has meant for us is really what is the biggest need in the partner channel? Where is the biggest friction? Where is the biggest inefficiency? Where is the biggest hurdles? And how do we tackle that from a technology and automation perspective? So our product strategy has always been about three things: making it easy, making it super quick, fast, efficient, and built for partners. And that was important, especially at a time when not a lot of solutions were purpose built for that MSP, multi-tenancy, and all the great things that are unique to in that relationship of the partner. And over time, 10 years back, 11 years back, one of the biggest needs was how do you even bring these customers, the business that we built in 20, 30 years, as an MSP, how do you bring that business into the cloud? How do you migrate? We take a very complex consulting kind of project that was 40, 50 hours typically, and we use automation to simplify it down to eliminating almost 90% of the workload. So the 40 to 4, it was kind of a marketing cry in within the walls. And that kind of principle has really applied to the multiple solutions that SkyKick has introduced, hopefully some of which that you might have used at some point. And now we'll have an opportunity to have that much more tightly knit together. So about a few years back, we realized that the next biggest need was, now that you've brought the customer to the cloud, how do you help them build that confidence that their data is secure in the cloud? We launched pretty much one of the very first cloud backup solutions. So there's multiple ways to back up your data. There is appliances. There can be a cloud to cloud backup. You can be doing it kind of in your walls. You could be doing in a private data center. We kind of came into the market with this cloud backup approach because we realized that for some partners, for some customers, that's the best solution. And as we'll find out in this broader strategy of Connectwise, for some partners, an appliance is a great solution. For some partners, it's a third-party solution. So it's all about partner choice, but that's where we came in from, right? And as we look ahead now, and we say, what is one of the biggest challenges for the partner channel? The last 2 or 3 years, we've been very focused in that space of security. So it's easy to get excited about artificial intelligence and all these forward-looking areas where customers want to be, partners want to take them as trusted advisors. But before we get there, we have to go through security, right? Proactive security, helping partners and customers really get very front-footed on security and not just reactive. And that's kind of a big picture overview orientation of what SkyKick is, the solutions that we have created in this space of data protection and security, where that comes from, that emotional and kind of purpose-built calling for helping partners be more successful in the cloud. And as Connectwise likes to say, help partners achieve their biggest or most ambitious vision of success. And that is where I'm really excited if we can go to the next slide, right? That's where I'm really excited about helping be a part of creating innovation and value together with the partner. It's always for the channel, with the channel, and really being purposeful. And that is where I think SkyCake has a slightly different approach. It's very complementary to some of the other approaches that Axcient has. It's complementary to what Connectwise has in the Azure platform. And I am just super excited how we'll continue to listen to partners, innovate as part of the Azure platform. And if I'm bubbling with energy and enthusiasm, it's genuine. I'm super excited about the great work that we'll do together with partners and write the next chapter.
Harpreet, thank you so much, and I think it does show the excitement that's there. I think the basis of SkyKick coming from that Microsoft ecosystem is so strong as well. I think you hit upon a couple of key things that as we move into the Axcient piece, as Connectwise looked at the industry overall, first of all, both companies award-winning, right? That was important. 2, global in presence, and I think certainly SkyKick gives us a physical office in Europe. It gives us a physical office in Australia. It matches nicely to where Connectwise already has offices and people around the world. The same thing is true of Axcient, of having a presence of people in Europe and having a presence of people in North America, and now being able to take that into the Australian market for us is extremely exciting. So award-winning, global presence. I think the other 3 things that you mentioned about the products that at SkyKick are applicable to Axcient as well, of easy to use, fast, and built from the ground up for the MSP community. Axcient is also proven provider of BCDR, built 100% being an MSP company. Choose your own method of deployment, right? So whether it is something that you want an appliance, whether it is you want to bring your own device, which you already have on the premises, some server that's sitting somewhere, an appliance of a competitor, and now you want to install Axcient software on top of it. That's all there. And then I think, as you mentioned, some of the things attached to BCDR and security being married together is important, where you have things like the industry-leading RPO, RTO, you have air gap technology for security. You need those type of things. And in a direct-to-cloud type of approach, it is something which is needed. So I think there's a lot of synergies between the two companies. Before I get to the proof points that we're starting to see, I want to remind people that these acquisitions are brand new. We actually announced the acquisitions not even a week ago. We closed on the SkyKick acquisition, and the Axcient one will hopefully close later this week. That means you're going to have a lot of questions, and we encourage you to put those questions in the comments section of this. We also encourage you to send those questions over to any of us at SkyKick, Axcient, or Connectwise, and we continue to add to our FAQ, which is on our blog section of the connectwise.com website. We encourage you to continue to come back to that website and that webpage to see more answers as we develop them. That would be great. We've posted that link to the blog in the comments, so you could see and click on that straight from the comments about this. So we are seeing where this is market leadership. It's changing the dynamic of the market of the market, where Connectwise is a market leader now, not only in cybersecurity, but also data protection. It's the most comprehensive offering that's out there, and we've said why, and it's a complete stack. And that is absolutely the plugin to ASIO. I want to stress something that our EVP and GM of cybersecurity and data protection has said, where data protection and cybersecurity go hand in hand. They are married together. They need to work together. And now having them integrated into ASIO for a platform approach is so critical for it going forward as well. But it's not only enough to hear us talk about this. We could talk about our technology all day long, and I'm sure Harpreet has much more to add about SkyKick technology. Let's look at what some of the partners are actually saying. And so when we talk about a partner who is today operating in two separate portals to manage Axcient as well as our Connectwise RMM, now has that elusive single pane of glass that every MSP wants to be able to have, because bringing the two together under one umbrella is better together. It's better together not only for us as a vendor, but better together for the MSP who's looking to manage the environment. It will save time. It will be more efficient. It will also allow for automation to be applied across the board. And that is also saving a lot of money directly, not only in time. And so it's not only one partner saying that, it also is other partners. Our strategy continues to evolve to have product that is applicable to every MSP under the Connectwise umbrella. Here we're talking about BCDR, right? And BCDR, with the adoption here of talking about SkyKick, it's about not only backing up the data, transferring or migrating data between clouds. That is important. MSPs need to have the flexibility for portability of data. That's critical for them. It allows for freedom of choice. It allows for them using the best technology at the right time, and allows them the ability to negotiate for best price and not be locked in. Locked in is something which I'm sure every company feels at some sort of time. And so bringing this together, the partners are starting to say they see the value in bringing this all under one roof. I do want to stress, though, that we still have commitments to our partners out in the industry. Our commitments have not changed at all. And our CEO stood up on stage at IT Nation Connect a couple of years ago to say, we're going to accelerate product innovation. That is still true. We want to innovate internally. We want to innovate by acquisition in this case as well. And this acquisition is focused in on growth. We want to invest in the technology that we now have in a BCDR stack coming from SkyKick and from Axcient. Although we will have our branded solutions, which will become Connectwise branded over time, we still believe in integrations in an open ecosystem through our marketplace and through third-party technologies that we support. We have a network operations center that today does support third-party products, some of whom are competitive to SkyKick or to Axcient. We continue to support those in the effort to remain open. That is a key differentiator for Connectwise in the industry, of that open ecosystem and embracing that open ecosystem. We're investing in the support of the MSP community and the vendors in our industry, not only supporting our own technology, but also the integration of the third-party tools into ASIO as a platform or into other products that we have. And we continue to listen and learn. The most important thing that I know as the Chief Customer Officer is the listening to our partners. We will not get everything correct. We know that. We will make mistakes. I think everybody makes mistakes. We own up to our mistakes and we look to how we can make things better. And so this continues to be our commitment to the industry, to the ecosystem, to our partners that are out there. So to bring it home, I think it is critical to say that these three companies coming together to deliver that complete BCDR stack is answering the call to have a better together story. So to sum up, that complete BCDR stack, to plugging in to the only and first purpose-built platform for MSPs called ASIO. That is crucial. The complete security and BCDR stack is critical. And I will say that having that complete stack offers the ability to protect companies from things like ransomware and phishing, where it's not just about having the best security that's out there, but having a clean backup and being able to restore from that clean backup allows you to not be at risk. And so we are answering all of those items. There is much more to come in the announcement of these acquisitions and the joining of forces of Axcient, Connectwise, and SkyKick. As I mentioned, the ink isn't even dry yet on the SkyKick acquisition, and it hasn't even happened on the Axcient one, but there are no barriers to entry. So I think what we have is a great story coming out of the gate. Our teams are starting to get together to discuss the roadmap. So we look to you, our partners, to give feedback on what you want to see or how you see the best integration possible happening. I think that we are getting our teams together to start to integrate the back end so that it's a seamless experience, and doing business is with one company and not three. It will take us time to get there. I will encourage people to come to IT Nation Connect in November 6th through the 8th in Orlando, where you'll be able to hear more about the awesome technology from SkyKick and from Axcient and the Connectwise roadmap for BCDR moving forward, as well as the whole host of the ecosystem around us. And today at IT Nation Connect, there are more sessions than ever before, both in person as well as available on our virtual platform. And so feel free to register for IT Nation Connect. I look forward to seeing you there. Harpreet, any final words that you want to share of the excitement that you have here?
No, I think one thing you said in particular really registered with our operating model, our thinking process, and where we come from. And I think as this poet Maya Angelou says, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going. And one thing that's been true of SkyKick, for the last 11 years that we've been an independent company, is really listening to partners. It's not about we have the solution here at SkyKick, but together with our partners, we can always find the best way to get to the solution. And you really said, do we have a great technology stack today? Yes, we do. We are very passionate about it. But really, it's about the commitment to work together very closely with our partners, continue to listen, continue to innovate, continue to iterate, and super excited to be part of the IT Nation community.
Fantastic. And again, I hope that the excitement from our end is coming across, Harpreet. I know that you're excited. I know last week being able to spend a couple of days in Seattle was fantastic. And I'll be back in the Seattle area next week. So I'm excited. I can't tell you I'm excited about the air travel, but I'm excited to be on the ground in Seattle. Is fantastic. We'll look forward to this. Better together is the story. Axcient, Connectwise, and SkyKick. Thank you so much for joining us today, Harpreet. And thank you to our audience for joining us. We look forward to continue to deliver messages around these exciting acquisitions and other key messages from Connectwise over the coming weeks, with a culmination hopefully at IT Nation Connect in Orlando. See you soon. Thank you.